there anything keeping you tied to the Detroit area?
Family, yeah.
Family is important, but when you are sitting on $300,000 in student loan, is your family willing to help pay the bill? It is Friday night. Welcome back to the Computer Deck family. I'm so glad you're here with me. All right, now we're going to listen to a Dave Ramsey show that ran about 3 days ago, and it's called I Don't See a Way Out of My Debt. Let's find out where the issues are. I'm so glad you're here. Let's do it.
Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
Well, first of all, thank you for taking my call. I listen to you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing and helped me so far. What the challenge I'm facing now is I have $300,000 worth of debt, and I can't see a way out.
Everybody just hold. And this is why I need my soundboard turned on. Everybody just hold. She said, you guys are amazing. You've, quote, and I'm quoting, you've helped me out so far, and I'm in $300,000 worth of debt and can't find my way out. Family, is it just me, or is something not connecting? Is the math not mathing? I'm just saying. Thank you for helping me, but by the way, I'm $300,000 in debt.
I'm working 3 jobs, and it just doesn't seem to work.
Wow. Well, break it down for Jade here. So start off with your income through the 3 different jobs. Give us a range, and then walk her through your debt.
My salary position, I bring in 80. I'm sorry, my salary is 80. I bring in 80, and then I net.
Well, no wonder she's $300,000 in debt. She can't get her salary correct. You know what, family? It may be just me, but I'm thinking she just might be a little bit on the panicked side. She sounds like she's been running a marathon. Just saying.
55 when you take out tax and insurance.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have a second job that I gross 40, but then I'm an independent contractor, so I have to take out taxes and stuff. So I net about 30 to 35,000.
Good.
And then I have another part-time job that brings in about $600 a month.
Okay.
Now, I don't know about you guys, but I am wondering when she sleeps. But what I'm wondering more of, was this debt worth it? Remember, I'm listening to this for the first time with you. I just go by the title. And of course, if you don't wish to have the commentary, you can always go into the description box and play the video uninterrupted. But I do wonder, holding 3 jobs. Now, this little $600 one, I would say that's not a big deal. Unless, of course, you're holding 2 other jobs, and then all of a sudden the $600 a month job that should seem painless is actually very painful because you're doing it on top of 2 other jobs. Wow. There's a lot of debt, folks.
So 72 on the 85. So you're somewhere in that 92, 93 range with those numbers. Is that right?
Closer to 90, I think, Ken.
Net?
Yeah. I mean, that sounds amazing, but that's, yeah.
Yeah, but you can do something with that.
Yeah.
Dr. Jade is in today, so it's going to be okay.
I'm going to pretend like you didn't say that. So
the debt doctor, no?
Okay, I'll take that. The debt
you didn't know
doctor.
what I was doing.
I didn't know where you were
Come
going.
on.
Sarah, now that I know where he's going,
You can do surgery on this.
I can help you.
There you go.
So you're bringing in almost $8,000 a month, which ain't too shabby.
Unless, of course, you're $300,000 in debt. Okay? Remember, it's not what we make, family. It's what we take home. And then, or what is it? It's what we keep. All right? It's not what you make. It's what you keep. And then, of course, it's all dependent also on that debt to income, that DTI ratio. It's great to make good money, but if I'm running 3 jobs like this young lady is, what's her name? Sarah in Detroit, Michigan. Okay? I don't need to have a quote unquote, I guess, good paying income or great paying income, as they're saying, if I'm going to be carrying $300,000 in debt. I don't want it. Hey, Carrie, you can make really good income at around $90,000 a year, but by the way, you're going to have to get out of $300,000 of debt. No, thank you.
But you've got $300,000 of debt, so walk us through this debt.
It's all student loans.
Oh, family, it is all student loan debt. Oh, jeez. Okay, breathe, everybody breathe. Inhale and exhale. Inhale. Okay, I know Papa Ramsey is not here, but we're going to ask it. Who's the doctor or lawyer? And you better be like a heart surgeon, a neurosurgeon, something along those lines. It is all student loans. For those who may have just joined this channel recently, I had my $110,000 student loan paid off by the taxpayers. Thank you very much. Okay, for the $110,000 for my double masters. And I've been a teacher I'm in my 19th year, and the student loan got forgiven 16 years after teaching. So in 2022, I completed my 16th year of teaching, and that's when the student loan got forgiven. I could have never paid it off. Now, of course, I'm doing it as a school teacher, but she has this $300,000 debt. You know, the runaway interest on it, on $300,000 is, well, it's really much a runaway train. She sounds as though she doesn't have control of this debt. I mean, like I said, she literally sounds like she's running a marathon. This is all student loan. It is non-bankruptable. I'm speechless. $300,000.
Okay. Private? Federal?
I have $12,000 with private. I will have those hopefully paid off by December.
Good.
The rest.
Remember, this just ran 3 days ago, so she's talking this December, $12,000 paid off. Which, when you put it on the backdrop of 300 grand,
$300,000 is all government.
Okay.
What was it for? I'm just curious.
I went to law school.
And are we practicing law?
no.
Yes.
Oh,
Do
And
you
that's
like it?
that's the number one amount of money you gave us. What kind of law are you doing?
Yeah, I do estate planning, probate stuff.
Gosh, it feels like we've got a path to be making a whole lot more than that. Am I right, or are you feeling like you're capped out, and why?
No, you hit the nail on the head. I've been looking on Indeed and stuff, and I'm that's actually the average pay for where I live, and it's pretty. It's hard to deal with because
$80,000 is the gross average pay of where she lives. Well, she is talking about, I think it's probate and stuff. I think she said she's not talking about, I'm out, to go become a corporate lawyer, smash all the little people.
I do feel that I should earn more, but it's about average.
That's horrible pay. I make $63,000 gross as a school teacher. With my little side gig, I make about $70,000. That's what I grossed in 2023 with my little side gig. And of course, all the money I make on YouTube. I mean, that's getting me at least a Starbucks a day. Literally. Well, not literally, but but yeah, the money is it. What I'm trying to say is, folks, is I do YouTube because I love you all, not because it nets me anything. So she's saying that after spending $300,000 in law school, the most she can make for her area is $80,000. That is a pitiful amount compared to the debt that you have to take out. Very much like what school teachers go through. It's the amount. You know how many teachers you guys have $200,000 in PhD debt? Usually because they got their PhD and their masters, back to back. They went to some private school, yada yada, private or not. Okay, it almost doesn't matter. Certain debt is debt. The only thing that's better about federal debt is there's a chance for better payment plans. There's a chance for, much, much, much better chance for forgiveness if your area qualifies. She wants to get out of this debt. She needs to go practice nonprofit law for 10 years and she can have it wiped out in loan forgiveness as the law stands now. But who knows, with administration changing and stuff, we already know the SAVE plan family is, sunk. Saving on a valuable education, that's pretty much going by the wayside, and I don't think that's coming back. No, it's not completely gone, but I don't think it's going to be sticking around very long. So $300,000 to make basically $10,000 more than what a middle school teacher makes.
Is there anything keeping you tied to the Detroit area?
Family, yeah.
Family is important, but when you are sitting on $300,000 in student loan, is your family willing to help pay the bill? Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not trying to be cruel in any way, all right? But sometimes we put ourselves in a financial position where we must move, at least for a while, until we can earn our debt-free or at least, financially controlled wings. If we're going to sit and we're going to say, I'm not moving, this is where I'm at because I have family here. Well, my question is your family helping to pay the bill? And if family is not helping to pay the bill, then at least for a few years, you may be required to leave family, stretch your wings, go someplace else. The other thing, too, is did she do, and we already know the answer, did she do any research on what this degree would pay to stay near where family is? I doubt she did that. And look, there's nothing wrong being where family is, but if your attitude is, and again, I don't shame it, I see nothing wrong with it. I'm not moving. This is where my family is. This is where I want to stay. Great. Now then, how are you going to adjust your life so you don't financially screw yourself over because you refuse to move? So if taking on a $300,000 law degree to stay where family is, but yet go broke, and remember, you can't go bankrupt on this. And can you imagine how astronomical the monthly interest must be? It has to be out of this world. Absolutely out of this world, what the monthly interest on, let's say it, more than $250,000 in debt.
Okay.
All right, one other silly question, Jaden, and I'll get out of the way. I am curious with what you've done so far. Is there a pivot or some type of additional legal work that you could do that would add to your income based on your current qualification or specialization?
So I got my real estate license about a year and a half ago. So that's my second job.
Yeah, I'm talking just the legal field right now.
Well, the reason why I got a different type of job is I'm really burnt out practicing law. So I'm trying to expand on other things. So that's why I got my real estate license to help bring in more money.
Sorry about the stops. Folks, okay, Sarah in Detroit, Michigan. Honey, you just graduated from law school. You've not earned the right to say you're burnt out in the field yet. You may say that the field was a poor choice, that you decided that, maybe you shouldn't have majored in it, but you just graduated from law school. At least, I shouldn't say you just graduated. Do we even know when you graduated? Well, either way, the problem is, Princess, you are sitting on $300,000 worth of student loan, and now you say you are burnt out. Family, this is how we get ourselves into debt that we cannot crawl out of. And it's also another reason why students, for those who don't know, this used to be called the student loan Chit-Chat. So if you watch some of the older videos, it says student loan Chit-Chat, okay? This is why it is so critical that we do not take on student loan debt that is more than what we can comfortably pay off. And before we sit there and we go, oh man, I'm willing to bet she was sitting there going all gung-ho for the degree. Yeah, I'm going to be a lawyer. And she did it. She ran up $300,000. But part of what kills our mojo, in my opinion, okay, after you graduate, it is different going to school, racking up the debt that you don't have to pay off yet, and to be excited about that carrot dangling in front of you. Okay, I'm willing to work hard. I'm willing to do whatever it takes in school so I can get that degree. It changes drastically after you've gotten the degree, and now you have to work to pay it off. And the fun times of, that fun carrot dangling in front of you is just now nothing but a great big bill saying, pay up. I strongly believe that when students say things like, oh, I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get this degree. I will work day, nights. Heck, let's take, what's her name here? Sarah in Detroit, Michigan. I wrote my notes down on here, okay? Sarah, I can bet you at one point Sarah said, oh yes, I will take on 3 jobs. I'll take one job that pays, $80,000 gross. I'll take another job that pays a gross of 40, and I'll take another job that pays 600 because I'm willing to do whatever it takes to get this degree. At one point, I'm willing to bet you Sarah was willing in her head to go through all that. And now she's got the degree, and it's kind of like, it's time to pay up on that degree, and now it becomes, I'm just burned out. Well, yeah, you are burned out. Law school's difficult, but honey, the work is just starting. I don't know when she graduated. I don't think I missed it. So I don't know if she's a recent graduate or whatnot, but to say you're burned out, honey, you can't afford to be burned out. You're looking down the barrel at more than $250,000, and if you're refusing to move, that's just going to keep going up, up, up.
But that's extremely part-time. But I really want to try to pivot out of practicing.
I get it.
Let's continue. She wants to pivot out of what she just ran up a $300,000 bill for. Yikes, it's not even my bill and I'm hurting. I got chest pains just feeling it. That's not even my bill.
But I'm about ready to hand it to you, Jade.
No problem.
But you got $300,000 in law school debt. I don't think you get to burn out yet.
You know what? That is exactly what I said. That is exactly what I was saying. Yeah. God love TikTok, okay? But, you get people, they're like 24 years old going, oh, man, I just can't handle this 9-to-5 work. Hey, you haven't earned it. Hell, I haven't earned it yet, and I'm 57. So there's just that, makes me wonder, actually, if she felt like she had to go to law school. Clearly, to get through law school, you've got to put in the study and the time and pass the bar, yada, yada. But somewhere along the line, she didn't want this anymore and perhaps thought she had to go through with it. So basically, she's got a $300,000 degree and she doesn't want anything to do with it. And don't forget, family, this is the pure reality. I don't know if she's married or not, but a lot of student loan debt can hamper your chances at relationships. I did a video, and I'll try to remember to link it down. I'll write myself a note, in fact, right now. I carry a little notepad right here by my desk. I did a video on a guy who, he peeled himself out of $200,000. $200,000, not 300, family. He peeled himself out of $200,000 student loan debt, okay? And he basically goes through and he explains what the stress was. Just how incredibly stressful it was for him to do it. And then he gets a girlfriend, and she also has $200,000 of student loan debt. And you can watch the video and figure it out. It'll tell you what happened in that relationship. Okay? So I'm going to link that at the end. It's very, very interesting. It's his deep dive. It's his commentary as to how hard it was to get out $200,000. And it's a bit emotionally gripping, in my opinion. Okay? I couldn't get myself out of 110 as a school teacher. This woman has 300,000 and she wants to give up on it. She can't give up on it. Short of being given a large inheritance where the entire thing goes to the inheritance, winning the lottery, we can't bank on those things to help us, however.
And I think that the greatest opportunity for you to make money is through your legal work.
Yeah.
You just don't have time.
What she's seeing is that the amount that she's making in relation to how hard she's working, it isn't paying off. That's what she sees. She's going, yeah, okay, here's what I'm willing to bet. She would do the law thing if she was making $150,000. Okay, add up what she's doing in these 3 jobs. It's just undauntingly exhausting, okay? If she was pulling in $175,000, I bet she would feel very differently. Again, if she's grossing $80,000, she only grossed $10,000 more than I did in 2023. That's all the extra she grossed was $10,000 to be given a student loan bill of $300,000
to sell houses. That's a full-time deal. So it's either or. It's like you go all in on selling homes, and if you do that, then there's no limit to what you can make. But I'm just going to make that point. You got to bring in some more income here because $300,000 is doable. I'm going to hand it over to Jade. Jade, walk her through the.
Imagine doing 3 jobs and being basically told you need to bring in more income. She's lost her mojo, family. She's lost her mojo. I would have lost mine too. But I'm going to ask the question that I ask all the time. Was this avoidable? Are the financial situations that we put ourselves into, are they avoidable? Who's to blame ultimately for taking on that financial debt? We are. Most of the time, it's us.
The process here.
Okay, so the loans, did you consolidate them or are they single Singular.
They're single.
Okay,
They're
good.
singular.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so
She's saying that's good because when you consolidate the loans, well, it may be convenient to have one payment. It raises the bill even more.
as trite as this may sound, all we're doing is listing them from smallest to largest, and we're paying minimum payments on all of them. Hopefully, I don't know, are you enrolled in any of the assistance plans? Are you in Save Plan or anything like that?
The income-driven payment, I've been on that for about 13 years.
Oh, sweet Jesus. Oh, my God. Oh, 13. Oh, sweet Jesus. I think we should pray. Oh, my God. Oh, 13. Guys, I thought she had just graduated. Like, or at the very least, I figured, maybe she's like 25 years old and she just, it's been, she dipped her toe for just a little bit in the work world. 13 years. Okay. Let's all hold our composure. We're just going to pause. I like, if you follow my channel, I like to put things in, I like to look things as in relative to other situations. So let's look at mine. 13 years. First of all, that bill was not 300,000 13 years ago. So let's look at my situation. Okay, 2006 I became a teacher. I had an $85,000 student loan from 2 master degrees. Okay, over the 16 years it grew to 110,000 on a teacher's income of approximately, I'd say, in the 50s at the time. I wasn't making 63 at the time. I was making around maybe 50, 57, right around there. Okay, for most of the years that I had it, I was in the 50s. All right, low to mid 50s. Okay, probably just round off to the mid 50s. I could never pay it off, so it grew 85 to 110,000, and it would have just kept on growing because I couldn't afford to pay off the condo, pay off the student loan, save for retirement, have any sort of savings. It just wasn't going to happen. Now I want you to take that and I want you to make that 110,000, make it 300,000. This bill was nowhere near 300,000 at the time. And what this bill is accruing in interest, just in interest. If this is her income per month, I am telling you, family, she's not meeting the interest payment on 300,000. And the way I kind of judge the interest, just approximately, because like I said, I had my student loan for so long, I estimate that approximately for every 100,000 you have, okay, not being income based where you base it on your income, but just standard straight payment to try to pay it off in say 20 years or whatever, approximately $1,000 a month. Maybe a little more, maybe a little less. So if she's holding on to 300,000, I guarantee you, with all my heart and soul, this woman is paying nothing less than probably around $3,500 just to meet the minimum payment. And that may not even be going into the principal. This is really a lesson for us to all learn about runaway debt. And something like the SAVE plan and income base certainly is not going to help her. That's not going to help her. Yeah, she can keep making those minimum payments on, say, an income based plan, but because she's never going to dip high enough into the principal, that bill just keeps growing. Family, here's something scary. She's had her student loan bill. Like I said, this call was 3 days ago. She's had the bill for 13 years. She's only had it 3 years less than what I had my student loan for, and I got mine forgiven. Okay? That's all she's had it for, respectively, around 3-4 years less. I was not prepared for her to say 13 years. I bet you weren't prepared for her to say 13 years. This bill is impossible for her to pay off, and she's not interested.
Okay, and is it going to run out, or do you still have time to be on it?
I mean, honestly, I try to re-enroll, and it takes months and months to get an answer. So I don't know. I'm kind of in limbo right now.
Okay, what's your current payment for the lot of them?
I don't pay anything.
Okay, good. So here's what we do.
Wait. She doesn't pay anything on the student loan. Okay, family, we're going to hold for just a second. Sometimes I have to do this. We're going to back it up just a hair. I just bear with me here. Back up about 30 seconds. I want to hear this again.
The income-driven payment, I've been on that for about 13 years.
Okay. And is it going to run out, or do you still have time to be on it?
I mean, honestly, I try to re-enroll, and it takes months and months to get an answer. So I don't know. I'm kind of in limbo right now.
Okay. What's your current payment for the lot of them?
I don't pay anything.
Okay. Good. So.
No. Take it from a student loan 16-year debt expert. Yeah, me. That is not good. It means when you have a zero payment on your student loan, and you're not in public service loan forgiveness, where that debt's going to be wiped out in 10 years respectively. Okay, it took me longer than 10 years, but that was because of the issues of student loan. Okay, the PSLF program, public service loan forgiveness. When she says I have zero payment, well, look what's happened to the student loan over the years. It just keeps going up, 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 up. Of course, because zero payment does not mean zero interest. Yes, there have been periods of interest where interest has been halted because of federal programs. Now remember, that doesn't apply to private loans. But her saying zero, people, she's not paying a dime on this stuff. And remember, you can't go bankrupt. This bill is not going away.
Here's what we do. The fact that your minimum payments are zero is a good thing for you right now, because that means you can put the full strength of your income on the smallest debt and knock it out fast.
If she was going to put the full strength of her income on the student loan bills, she would have done it already over 13 years. Okay. I am a student loan guru because, like I said, I had it for 16 years. And all my failures with student loans, the things I thought I understood, didn't understand, oh my goodness. You begin to realize that zero payment, income-based payment is never going to get you out. And in fact, speaking of income-based payment, I'm going to write this down. I'm going to link another story that I did on income-based payment, and I'm going to also link that. I'm going to put income-based repayment at the end. And it is how I discovered that income-based payment can really, really screw you over financially, big time. So I'm going to put those two videos at the end. The first one about the guy with the $200,000 student loan and how he handled that. And he was an attorney, by the way. And then, of course, my experience, my realization, you might say, with income-based repayment. If she was going to do these things, oh, great, we're going to take it, and gazelle intensity, all of this stuff, over 13 years, she would have done it already. I guarantee it to you. She would have done it already. The reason she's not doing it is because she's burned out. And here's the bottom line, folks. This isn't exciting anymore. You know how you buy a new car? You're like, oh, giddy, giddy. This is a new car. And all of a sudden, the repairs have to start being done. The warranty runs out. This is why I drive a Toyota Corolla Hybrid, which now, is almost paid off. Okay? I'm really, really excited. Just a few thousand more to go and the car is done. And I bought that spring this year of 2024. But now the excitement is over. And this is why, like I said, I bought a car that I knew, because all vehicles have to be maintained. I didn't want a German import that could only be, ordered on, every third Sunday at 4 times the cost. Okay, I want something that's pretty simple as far as vehicle maintenance and repairs. She bought the BMW. She bought the Mercedes. Oh, heck, she probably went higher than that, okay? And now it's time to pay it off. And the excitement's not there. That's what she did. She bought a luxury car student loan. And now it's time to pay back the student loan. She also, like I said earlier, she didn't do the math on this. Her saying, I refuse to move. I'm not going to move because my family is here. She may not have a choice.
I wish there was a way to tell you that there was an easy button here. There's just not. And if you've listened to our show for any bit of time, my husband and I had 280. Okay. And at the time we weren't making combined what you're making now.
But there were still 2 people doing it. Her husband and her had 280. There were still 2 people. And yes, they may have made less money, but the economy was also different. And when you went to the grocery store, you could, you needed more than one sack to put $50 worth of stuff in it.
And so there's a part of this that you have to just, ride that income until the debt is gone. Once you have maxed out your money for your time, and I don't know that you have yet. I agree with Ken. I think that you can do more to max out your time and get better money for it. But once you do hit that point, there is a point where you just go, okay, this is what I'm making and this is how long it's going to take. And as I've said many times before, you got to ride that horse to the Old Town Road, and just that's what you got to do. And then when it's done, it's done.
Okay, if it were this simple, the debt would have been cleared off by now. If it were truly as simple as, you know what, you just got to work and pay this off, this $300,000 loan would not exist. But the failure of her to see how much she was racking up, her unwillingness to move away from her family, okay, 13 years has passed. If this debt was going to have been handled, or at least starting to be paid off on her wonderful income, she would have done it. If I could have paid off my $110,000 over the 16 years, I would have done it. It was not mathematically possible. And let's face it, for those who think I'm living the high life, like I said, I drive a Toyota Corolla hybrid. I live in 840 square feet, okay? Not exactly the high life. Not broke and poor and all of that, okay? But still, and I live way beneath my income. With my car paid off, I only need about 40% of my income to make ends meet. But it's been a long road to get to this point. She is not really ready to face this debt. She hasn't been ready for a long time. And the longer she waits, the bigger this debt is going to get. This is a position that I would rather learn from by watching or listening to this show. Okay? I'd rather listen to her and learn from it than have to go through it myself. So, yeah, this debt isn't going anywhere anytime real soon. And if it was as simple as, oh, good, you're on income based, just, pick up a fourth job and just keep putting the money towards it. No. And I can pretty much, like I said, this ran, 3 days ago? This debt's going nowhere. Live and learn, right? Okay, folks. That's it for today's show. I hope you will consider subscribing. I will be here this weekend with another PPP fraud video. I'll probably intermix some other fraud videos. All right. And I got a little something surprise we're going to intermix on that video as well. So that'll be coming up this weekend. Family, my time is up. And so is yours. Happy Friday night, everyone. Goodbye.